Good morning, everyone. It is time for another Today in Global Hack Week. And if you haven't had a chance to check in, go ahead and follow that link that I posted in chat. We'll go ahead and keep going, though, because there's plenty to get through today. Welcome to day 6 of Data Week. We're so excited to wrap up the week with you. And as for who we have today, it is me. I am Cecilia. I'm a coach at Major League Hacking. I've been reading lots of late, with which most people tend to realize at this point if you've been to past streams that I posted. That said, let's talk about yesterday, where you all had quite the busy day. You simulated natural systems with Ryan, continuing on from a past workshop. Looks like you were busy looking at loading pixels. I would have to check out the stream to find out more. You can always go ahead and jump into watching our past streams on YouTube. Then you got introduced to SQL with Kari and Iro. I know they were doing a tag team together to make sure that you were ready to be able to manage your data. And so they talked about lots of different types of databases along with how you might use them. Then you worked on your first data competition on Kaggle with Alberto. Honestly, as a stats person, I'm already appreciating that we have some, box plots going on here. I'm sure he definitely explained very well what's going on. Stats is always a good thing to know as a computer scientist. And I have a special guest. That's why I said we earlier. So if you'd like to come join us and go ahead and hop on, hello.
What's going on, Cecilia? What's going on, Global Hack Week? Happy to be here. My name is Rosendo from MLH. You might know me from some of my best work, jumping onto streams in previous Global Hack Weeks. and just coming over here and trying to hang out with everyone that is in chat. So what's up, y'all? All right. Well, just a little bit about me. Fun facts. Customer success manager in Major League Hacking. I haven't been reading lots, but I've been watching some pretty good shows on HBO. Peacemaker being one of them. I think that's pretty funny. I think John Cena is a little bit underrated as an actor in general, but just generally a funny individual. What I'm going to get into today are the challenges that everyone has worked on all throughout Global Hack Week. One thing I will note here is that our challenges are still open. We've got another full day of content and challenges that you can engage with. So if you want to continue to work on some challenges yourself and potentially be featured at a later point in time, maybe tomorrow's Today in Global Hack Week, you could definitely head over to the link below. All right, so just jumping into some of the accomplishments from the folks in the audience and the folks that were participating throughout the week. We've got certificates of completion for the GitHub challenges. We've got Musheng here. Shout out to them for going in and basically completing some of the GitHub Copilot quests. Really fun stuff. If you want to check it out yourself, it's pretty easy to go through. The entire platform is already pre-built for you. There is an AI companion that you can go in and actually walk through all of the prompts. It's a very, very easy way to get into GitHub Copilot for the first time. You don't need a GitHub Copilot subscription in order to participate because the platform automatically spins up basically a web-based container that already has GitHub Pilot associated to it. So really easy to get into, especially if you want to try out GitHub Copilot for the first time and you're still waiting to get set up on the GitHub Student Developer Pack. If you could guess how many times I said GitHub in that last 30 seconds, I will give you a shout out here on stream. So if you're following along in chat, definitely let us know. All right, jumping right into it here, we've got folks that signed up for a Fasten account. So if you don't know what Fasten is, they've got this really cool concept called the Unified Context Layer. And essentially what it does is it is a no-code to low-code workflow for all of your AI needs across the board. If you want to basically go in and build out your own MCP servers and, basically manage your agentic workflows, Fasten is going to be a great way to do that. So shout out to the folks that have already signed up for an account. Just be aware that there are challenges that are associated to the utilization of that account as well. They had a great workshop on day one that kind of walked us through all of the concepts and all of the key functionalities that you would need to know in order to complete those challenges. So definitely check that out. And the faster you do it, the better it will be. Terrible joke. I'm sorry, Cecilia.
I've heard of it.
All right.
So I'll make sure to use tomorrow at closing.
So jumping right back into the content here, we've got folks that signed up for a Bright Data account. I won't make a pun out of this one. I feel like, it's too easy it's beneath me almost, but Bright Data is a great tool for y'all to use if you are into building out your own data sets, or you want to go in and sort of you know, grab information that you would probably take a long time trying to do manually. Essentially, what Bright Data does is it helps you to scrape the web for publicly available information. Once again, there was a workshop on this on Monday, so check that out if you want to learn more. There are free accounts that you are entitled to, so shout out once again to the folks that signed up for that. And I hope that, utilizing that platform has brightened your day somehow. I said I wouldn't do it, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, you lied.
So next up, we've got folks that signed up for a Figma education account. So the cool thing about the Figma education account is if you do get access to it, you will have access to something called Figma Dev Mode. If you haven't heard of it before, check out one of the many streams that we've had featured in Global Hack Week over the course of the last year. So we've had folks that are coming in, Cecilia, Ryan Lalu, other coaches in the coaches program that have done this. Really great content, really great stuff, especially if you are new to design and you want to learn how to incorporate it into your developer workflow, I guess, and you want to see how you can actually turn designs directly into code. Dev Mode is a really great tool for that. Different types of SDKs that you could use, or just different types of frameworks that you could use in order to get this accomplished, including React, other JavaScript frameworks like TypeScript. A really great tool to know, especially if you're, looking to get into front end development. So shout out to the folks that check that out. I have zero puns for this one, so we're just going to go ahead and move it right along. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I've drawn some inspiration from the fact that Figma is a design platform. That being said, let's go ahead and move into MongoDB here. We have folks that are hard at work getting their skills badges on MongoDB, getting them set up at Credly, sharing them on LinkedIn, and getting these amazing certificates. I would suggest that Soma Habar here, shout out to you, goes and gets this printed and framed and maybe placed behind your desk so that when you live stream your very own workshops or content, people will think that you are highly accredited with something. This is a really great way for you to just show the types of skills that you have with MongoDB. Once again, there are a ton of different skills badges you can earn yourself. If you join me on Friday, day one, for some of the MongoDB content, particularly MongoDB 101 and MongoDB vector search, you would have basically gotten the baseline skills that you would need to in order to actually go in and get your very own skills badges. It's a very simple process. You go through, you can either watch the workshops that we've already done, or you can watch the content that MongoDB has in MongoDB University. And from there, you would just do a 10-question skills check. Once again, really simple to do, a really great way for you to sort of pad the skill set that you have and display it to the world, particularly on platforms like LinkedIn. So for any folks that are looking to break into the industry, it never hurts to have additional skills that you can go out there and display to the world. Look at this. We've got folks building their first databases. Speaking of databases, if you had actually done the student basics for MongoDB, you might have been able to go in and build your own database as well using MongoDB, of course, or whatever your database of choice. The second runner-up, in my opinion. Outside of that, obviously, I'm here to espouse the benefits of all the folks that are coming to partner with us during Global Hack Week. But shout out to this hacker right here for building something out on Atlas. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. Y'all are doing really great, and I love to see content like this. If you want to share it with us in Discord, if you want to share it on social media, make sure you're tagging at ML Hacks across the board. And yeah, today's going to be the last day. As I mentioned, I've had this link up on the screen. I think it's redundant, so I'll just go ahead and remove it now since it's on the slide. GHW.mlh.io challenges. It's going to be the place that you want to go in order to check out the rest of the challenges that we have for, or the ones that you haven't already done. I think, obviously people are going to be going in and completing the stuff that they complete, but if you have time and if you have the bandwidth to do so, definitely check out the ones that may have gotten a little less love from you in particular, because people worked hard on those challenges and you should be working hard as well. But always, as always, think of yourself. Don't overextend yourself. There's always going to be another Global Hack Week, but definitely check out the ones that we mentioned. And once again, maybe you'll get a shout out tomorrow. I don't know, Cecilia, am I supposed to do the next slide as well?
You can if you'd like. I'm not gonna
Sweet.
pressure you though.
All right, let's do it. So Since we've been talking about skills badges, MongoDB is actually offering really exclusive swag for the folks that complete at least one skill badge. We'll be paying attention, trust me. So definitely go in and complete at least one, because what's going to happen is you're going to be able to add another awesome sticker to your hexagon sticker collection. This is definitely within the same dimensions as all of our other hexagon stickers. It is MLH official, and it's got the MongoDB design there. Really cool stuff. It'll fit right in with the entire rest of the stickers that you've been collecting thus far. So you don't want to miss out. This is going to be exclusively for the folks that complete MongoDB skills badges. So if you want your very own MLH issued badge of honor, then definitely get this sticker for yourself by completing one of the challenges. And that's it for me. I think I'm done talking. I'll stick around though. But I'm
Excellent
gonna
job.
pass it back to Cecilia. Yeah, thanks y'all. I
So,
appreciate everybody out there.
so can I get a sticker?
You got to show me the skills edge. It's got to be on Credly, and
Ah,
you got that's all.
all
That's all
right,
it is.
all
You
right.
just got to let us know that you've got the skills badge, and that's it.
So if I do it and I send you a screenshot, you'll hook me up.
Yeah, you could just grab one at your next hackathon. Honestly, it's gonna be so we're gonna be giving these out at hackathons as well for the folks out there that are interested. All you've got to do is go up to the coach that's there, and obviously MongoDB needs to be a participating partner at the hackathon that you're attending, which is a high likelihood since they are at so many of our hackathons recently. Yeah, just show them the skills badge on your computer or on your phone, wherever it may live. Just confirm that it's yours, and you will get a sticker for yourself. It's going to be great times for everyone involved.
Ooh. I do
Yeah.
love giving people extra stickers. They're always so excited when they're like, "You have more?" I'm like, "Oh, heck yeah, I do."
Hmm.
Awesome.
Love it.
Alrighty. Well, as for what's happening today, let's keep the excitement going. As always, you can always follow up with the Global Hack Week schedule. But I'll give you the quick, brief overview, which is that starting off with Maria and Christine, you'll get your own AMA time with our hackathon community managers. Join them at 2 p.m. Eastern or 11:30 p.m. IST. This is your chance to ask questions, get behind the scenes, insights, and learn how to make your next hackathon a high quality one. And I can personally attest I love working with them, not only as a coach, but also as an organizer of my own event. They are easily the best people I go to for all the questions I have, especially when things always change. They've seen it all. They absolutely have the resources to help, and I know that they will have the best time answering your questions. Then we've got Jocelyn, Understanding EEG Data for Brain Computer Interfaces, Part 1. 6 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 a.m. IST. If you are interested in medical data, this is your chance to get started with it. What a great way to learn how EEG data is collected, processed, and translated into actions. Then we've got part 2 at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 a.m. IST, and I do know that is quite early for some of our folks across the world, but as always, go ahead and jump into YouTube, go to Major League Hacking, and see our past live streams if you're ever wanting to catch up. Then we've got Alberto coming back with Data Competition Part 3 at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. IST. Looks like you'll keep working with Kaggle. I wonder what you'll find in your experimentation with that data. Then you've got data pipelines at 1 a.m. Eastern, 10:30 a.m. IST to learn how data moves from raw sources to usable insights. Honestly, this is great prep work for if you want to do any type of interfacing, of dashboards, if you really like fiddling with data, learning things, finding trends, even statistics, or if you don't like them, statistics, then there are, that was an old joke from a professor and I have never forgotten it. It was so good because he hated stats. But point is, data pipelines, join Alberto later today. I'm sure he's got you very much in capable hands.
Yeah. Shout out to
Then,
Alberto for putting in that work, dog.
no, he really does. He always has got some great, great workshops. Would you like to introduce yourself and what you'll be
Oh
doing
man.
later today?
It's me. It's me. So intro to Google AI Studio. It's gonna be the first like world premiere on in Global Hack Week. We had some running at hackathons this past weekend, but if you want to check out the intro to Google AI Studio, you want to learn a little bit more about generative AI and Gemini, it's going to be a doozy. 11 a.m. tomorrow. It's going to be right before tomorrow's Today in Global Hack Week. So definitely join me because I'll be there and I'll be hanging out and I'll be vibing, vibe coding, vibe just coding. I don't know. All that stuff. It's going to be great. Definitely come join me and check in beforehand so I know how many people are joining because I don't know. Maybe I'll give away something. I don't know. I've got the power to do it. Maybe I'll take advantage.
With great power comes great responsibility. And finally, we've got closing ceremony where I will be hosting along with one of our other coaches. I'm going to leave it as a surprise for you, but join us to wrap up Data Week at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. IST, and get to know what's coming up next. And having seen the slides, there's a lot. So, with that, we also want to remind you to help us make Global Hack Weeks even better. You've probably seen this at a number of different workshops and mini events, and even today in Global Hack Weeks, we're asking you for feedback because we want to make sure that you have that much better of a Global Hack Week, not just now, but also in the future. So, making sure that you've submitted some feedback for us. Always helpful to know where we could improve, what data or other things you might be looking for to see us host workshops on. And as always, we have time for Q&A, but if you're watching a recording of this later, or you do have a question that you come up with later, you're always welcome to go ahead and jump on the Discord and ask us there. We have plenty of wonderful community members who might answer your question before a full-timer can see it. But chances are, if you do have a full-timer see it, or you do have a question that requires opening a ticket, make sure you do so, because we are always happy to make sure we can clear up anything you got. I'm going to give folks a couple minutes to ask those questions, since we always do have that stream delay. But it was pretty quiet yesterday, so I don't expect a question yet. I'm sure someone will surprise me.
Let's see. I think I'm scrolling up here. We've got Dev_Kieran. Hello, Shakiran from Uganda. I'm unable to submit the challenges. If you let us know what challenges you're unable to submit, we could go ahead and take a look at what's going on there. You say the URL isn't loading and stays on the same page. Drop a link to the challenge you're working with. If you want, you can open up a ticket on Discord, and what we'll do is we'll have someone triage and take a look for you. It may be something as simple as just getting you the proper link, or it may be something that requires some sort of engineering intervention. We won't know until we get more details from your end. But yeah, definitely hit us up on the Discord, set up a ticket there, and we will get a response out to you.
For sure, for sure. Still looking like it's pretty quiet out, though. Give it like maybe 30 more seconds.
For
Do
sure.
you have any questions, Ro?
I don't know. What have you been up to? What's going on in your world?
I've been reading a lot.
Okay.
I've had a bad stretch of books, not so great quality, but that's okay. It means I'll enjoy the better quality ones when I finally come back to them.
Yeah, you've gotta take the good with the bad, I guess. Or the bad ones make you appreciate the good ones even more.
Exactly that one.
Yeah,
That's how I go about it. I'm like, it's okay. I finished the book. I realized why I didn't like it. Now I can find something better.
absolutely. I like reading really dense and boring books for that very reason. So I just like
Hmm.
my love for reading is amplified once I come across something really cool like a comic strip or maybe a
Ooh.
4-frame meme that is very easy and like and hilarious to
I went
digest.
from one end of the spectrum to the other, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I have a few book recs if you want something real boring." And then I was like,
Yeah.
"Wait." I do like a healthy mix of both.
Hmm.
Sometimes the brain just needs images instead of words.
Absolutely. I love reading like really dense documentation also. It's really good.
Give me a GIF instead for the. I mean, like, this is how it works. If you type in this API call, it'll do this. I'm like, okay. All right. Looks
Ah,
like we're not really getting anyone in chat. Totally fine. The Discord is always open to you. There's always tickets you might be able to submit depending on the type of your question. Join us tomorrow for Rose Talk on introducing AI Studio, which is exciting. I remember when I first launched it at BitCamp so many months ago. I'm sure it's changed a bunch. But with that, I think we'll go ahead and see you later. So with that, see you.
all right, folks. Bye.